Tennessee, the country music capital of the world and home of the air castle of the South. It is time for the Marty Stuart Show, featuring Marty Stuart, the Rolls Royce of country singers Miss Connie Smith, the old Tennessee slicker Leroy, along with all the fabulous Superlatives, cousin Kenny Mom, handsome Harry Stinson, the Apostle Paul Martin, plus Gary Carter on the steel guitar. And today's special guests, Jerry and Tammy Sullivan with Jonathan Dawson. We've got Big Robbins and Kenny Lovelace with us too. Join us now for 30 minutes of fun and great country music. I'm Eddie Stubbs. Now, how about a superlative welcome for our host? Here is Marty Stuart.
Well, I woke up this morning with miles of life behind me. My friends and family worry, 'cause they don't know where to find me. Once again, I beg forgiveness for another lost night in my soul. Some bad got a hold on me, and it just won't let me go. Rough around the edges, it's hard to face myself. The mirror in the morning shows a man who looks like this. Can't seem to find a way to steady up and gain control. Rough around the edges, the devil's reaching for my soul. Well, I can't blame nobody for this awful shape I'm in. I've shook 100 helping hands, then go fall down again. People talk about me, oh, that just adds to all the shame. I straighten up for a day or two, and the bottle calls my name. Rough around the edges, it's hard to face myself. The mirror in the morning shows a man who looks like this. Can't seem to find a way to stay up and gain control. Rough around the edges, the devil's reaching for my soul. Rough around the edges, the devil's reaching for my soul. Somebody say howdy to me now. Howdy back to you, ladies and gentlemen. Superlatives. We got heroes all around. What am I talking about? How about a hand for Mr. Kenny Lovelace on that fiddle? My favorite blues man. Thank you, Kenny. How about a hand for Mr. Pig Robbins on the piano? You're doing the right thing, cuz. Take that bass apostle, go find the drums. How about a hand for handsome Harry Stinson, ladies and gentlemen? It's all yours, handsome. We're gonna stir it up and let you sing up front. Come on. All right.
She told me that she'd always loved me. She swore that she'd never let us go. She promised me she'd love us for a lifetime. Pretty words, but heaven only knows if that's true. Then we'll
Boy, that one had a smile all over it there. The Superlatives changing roles and doing a great job, and Marty Stuart playing about 250 of Ralph Mooney's steel guitar licks on that one song there alone. And that's handsome Harry Stinson there, one that he and Marty wrote together. Great job, fellas.
Like the song says, look out, heart. Here we go again. How about a hand for Miss Connie Smith, everybody? Hi, baby. And how about a hand for Mr. Pig Robbins over here on the piano? Hello, Pig.
Hey, Marty.
All right. I wish everybody could have been at the Country Music Hall of Fame for the medallion ceremony. The night they honored Garth Brooks, Connie Smith, and Pig Robbins and made them members of the Country Music Hall of Fame. That was great. I learned a lot that night. First thing I learned, Pig, when did you start recording? What was your first sessions?
57.
1957. The other things I learned that night, I thought I knew this, but it was confirmed that night. I'm going to call off some artist names, okay? And play us just a little bit of the intros and the records. Charlie Rich. Yeah. How about Crystal Gale? How about Gene Watson? Yeah. That's great. And I tell you one, I love that you played with George Jones. I always get lucky with you. Come on, do this one for me. That's great. That's why he's in the Country Hall of Fame. Well, here's one between you, Connie, and Pig that I've always dearly loved, and I've never heard it played like this. We've always heard it taken off with the steel guitar. How about Dallas Fraser's song, Runaway, Little Tears, all right? How about a hand for Connie and Pig, everybody? Pig?
Touching old souvenir, and then grow weak from holding back these locked up tears. Run away, little tears. You've been locked up too long. Run away. A storm of emotion keeps on working within, breaking down a heart that only he could mend. Run away, little tears. You've been locked up too long. Run away, little tears. Our baby's gone. Run away, little tears. Our baby's gone.
That's exactly how it's done right there. Pig Robbins and Connie Smith.
Thank you, Pig.
And say hello, here he is, cuz, to the Sultan of Goodlettsville, the old Tennessee slicker, Leroy Troy. Hello, Leroy. Look here, Connie, Pig, Kenny Lovelace.
Pig.
You brought Eddie Stubbs.
I did bring Eddie. I sure did.
We're surrounded by Hall of Fame heroes today.
Yeah, we sure are.
What you got in mind?
Well, we got one we're going to go over again.
All right.
This time we're going to have Eddie playing the fiddle. Maybe it'll come out a little better, I don't know. Called The Legend of the Johnson Boys.
Come on.
Have you heard the many of stories told by young and old with joy about the many deeds of daring that was done by the Johnson Boys, that was done by the Johnson Boys, that was done by the Johnson Boys, that was done by the Johnson Boys. But pretty girls don't be afraid. But pretty girls don't be afraid. But pretty girls don't be afraid. But pretty girls don't be afraid.
Go, Leroy!
Size was 24, and they joined the country service in that awful Civil War, in that awful Civil War, in that awful Civil War, in that awful Civil War.
Eddie.
They throw down the guns and hide. They throw down the guns and hide. They throw down the guns and hide. They throw down the guns and hide.
Johnson boy.
Yeah, baby.
He's a Confederate. He's got gray on. The Legend of the Johnson Boys by Mr. Eddie Stubbs and Leroy Troy. Told it like it was. One of the greatest nights of my life as a young musician. My daddy took me to Jackson, Alabama, along with a fellow named John Wesley Cook, to see Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys and the famous Sullivan family gospel singers in a full gospel concert at the National Guard Armory. I met this next gentleman that night. He gave me encouragement. He looked me straight in the eye and he said, "You want to be a musician, don't you? Well, you can." And since then, he's become my friend, my prayer partner, my buddy. One of the greatest songwriters that gospel music has ever had, along with his daughter Tammy and Jonathan Causey. Please make welcome Jerry and Tammy Sullivan. Hello, Sullivans.
Thank you.
Hi, Hattie. Uncle Jug, so glad you're here.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here, Marty. Thanks for having us on, man.
Yes, so you've written so many songs, but I requested that we go back and do the very first song you ever
All
wrote.
right.
What's it called?
I can see God's moving hand.
Yes, you can.
Listen, Christian, who are weary. Let's all firmly take our stand. God has promised to be with us. God is to a better land.
I can see God's moving hand. I can see God's moving hand to bring His people all together. I can see God's moving hand.
country shepherd to bring his children home again.
I can see God's moving hand. I can see God's moving hand to bring his people all together. I can see God's moving hand.
Green pastures they are grazing. They lay down, they valleys, leaning on the arm of Jesus. They have stood all dead.
I can see God's moving hand.
Tell them about it, Jim.
I can see God's moving hand to bring his people all together. I can see God's moving hand.
About a hand for the Sullivans, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Jerry and Tammy, great job, Uncle Joe.
It's been a fun show today, but we're not done yet. Here again is Marty Stuart.
And I thank you, Eddie Stubbs. How about a hand for Eddie Stubbs? A great country music hero. I didn't design this show to be this way, but looking across here, I talk about heroes. How about a hand for Mr. Kenny Lovelace on the fiddle, representing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Jerry Lee Lewis Band. Miss Connie Smith, I love Miss Connie Smith. Great hero of gospel music and faith, Uncle Jerry Sullivan over there. Peg Robbins, Leroy Choi, steel guitar hero Gary Carter, the great Tammy Sullivan, and Jonathan Causey. How about a hand for all of these folks? And one more time for my personal heroes, the fabulous Superlatives. How about a hand for the Superlatives? First two records I ever owned in my life was Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs and Johnny Cash. Now let me tell you, I still love those records. Those Johnny Cash records came complete with a man named Luther Perkins playing the guitar. I still love Luther's playing. And we're going to do this song that John wrote for Luther to kind of showcase his unique style. And send this down to Jackson, Tennessee, to Fluke Holland, the Tennessee three-man himself. The first half of the song we left alone to talk about Luther and his great style. The second half I twisted John's words just a little bit to showcase Cousin Kenny and his unique style. Cuz, are you ready? You feel up to it? It's called Luther Played the Boogie Woogie in the Strangest Kind of Way. They were just a plain old hillbilly band with the plain old country style. They never played the kind of songs that would drive anybody wild. Well, played a railroad song with a stone beat, played a blues song, slow and sweet. The thing that knocked them off of their feet was ooh-wee. Well, Luther played the boogie woogie, 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 Luther played the boogie, Luther played the boogie woogie, Luther played the boogie in the strangest kind of way. Well, we do our best to entertain everywhere we go. We nearly wear our fingers off to give the folks a show. Play a jumping jive to make you get in the groove. Play a sad song, kind of slow and smooth. The thing that always makes a move is ooh. When Kenny plays the boogie woogie,